Hello, welcome to another episode of Naked Words Podcast. I am back. I know it's been a while. I have not been on, and I am super excited to be back on the live again. Oh, I miss you guys. This is so much therapy for me, being on this, doing this, talking to you guys. It relieves so much stress and it helps me. I help you, I help myself. It's a win-win situation. I just love coming on my podcast and sharing with you. It's been a while. It's been a while. I have not been on, I have not released new episode, but I am back. Yes. So let's get in. This episode right now is streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. I just feel, Monday morning. I'm a morning person. I am up in the morning, so I am ready to get going. Later in the day, I'm pretty much, had enough. And it's my downtime. I just can't get anything done. But in the early mornings, earlier in the mornings, it's better for me, to just be up and going. I just love it. And I'm a Monday baby. Yes, I'm a Monday baby, an early morning Monday baby. Yes, that's when I was born. I was born on a Monday, early in the morning. So, yes, I am so up and ready to get going for the week. And I just want to just touch base with you and let's get into it. So happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all. And a continuous happy Mother's Day to my mom who has passed away when I was just a little child. Always in my heart, always in my memory, and always with me. Yes, the queen, who brought this queen here on this earth and did her great job. She did an amazing job with her. Happy Mother's whether you are a mom or not. Happy Mother's Day to you. I'm not a mom, but happy Mother's Day. We appreciate you and thankful for you for all that you do. And just keep loving and pushing through. You are amazing. You have been doing a tremendous job. Keep on going. Keep on going. You are appreciated. Of course, appreciated. Even if you feel like in the now, you know, you may not feel like your children are appreciating you and seeing you for who you are. You are being seen. You are being seen. You are being appreciated. Okay? It is your day. Okay? Love on yourself and just keep the love flowing. Receive all the love coming to you and give love and more love. Take care of you, cherish you, and be good to you, okay? Be good to you, be true to yourself always. You matter. Moms matter, and good moms matter. And my mom, she was amazing. She was truly amazing. And this episode I'm dedicating to my mom. May she rest in power. Oh my God, woman who knows how to love her kids. She would go beyond protecting, providing, and making me so happy, in the midst of all the chaos going on around us and everything, she did her part. She was tremendous. She was amazing, amazing, kind. Her presence God. She used to love to sing to me. She used to love to dance with me, hold me in her arms all the time, singing, rocking. It doesn't matter. I didn't have to be a little baby for her to continuously, treat me, as her princess. She would always, be present in everything. She would always push me to whatever to read. Even as a very little child, I used to love to read a lot. I used to write a lot of poetry very young. I used to just love to read. I didn't like reading um little children's book, as I would say it. I don't like reading little children's book. I used to love to indulge in books that were filled with so much big words. I was fascinated with words. Of words was over me all throughout my life. I used to literally, take the dictionary and read it from A to Z, Z to A, all the way through, and learn new words every day and use it in my vocabulary every day. And, children used to trouble me about that. They used to call me bookworm. But I used to just love words, and I would library. She would spend so much time with me reading. She used to read a lot with me, and you saw my fascination with words and writing at a very tender age, and she used to just be so supportive in anything. She would be my number one fan and cheerleader, when I would be going through the spelling bees and, winning all the spell and going through the debates, all the debate clubs and all the clubs I want to be in. And she just used to just be there, and all the poetry and the short writings I would do, she always used to just marvel at what I do and always singing. Oh my God, she sang so much, sometimes too much. Yeah, she used to sing a lot and always, sit me down, next to me on her lap or just talk. Yeah, she used to love to talk to me, and she was going through a lot. So she used to be a mom that was very open, and she would talk to me. And sometimes she would speak in parables, as they would say back then. She was a very philosophical person. She would speak to me in a very philosophical way. And because I was a tender child, but with like an old soul, I used to understand. And from that I pick up that way of speaking, in a very philosophical way, in a very deep way. And she would tell me so much things that she would be going through, and I would feel her pain, and I would see what she's going through, and I would protect her, and she would protect me, and we were just like the bestest of friends, there for each other. And yeah, was when my mom passed away, um, it was in December, in December of 1991. Um, I believe I was very young at that time, perhaps 8, 9 years old at that time. And my God, I feel the pain of those who cannot, attest to that kind of love and to that kind of closeness and tightness, that they may not have with their mom. And I feel for others, because you know what, God knew she was my whole world. God knew he had to make her be so present in my life, so completely present. Whew. I mean, she was present 24/7 when I go through all my pains, all my sickness. She was so present. I see her work hard, toil hard, and she never made me leave her side. And I never left her side. I was one of those, little child who would cling onto her mom, and I would just be there. And I appreciate her presence on this earth. Wow. It's not just for me. And that's the beauty about her, that her smile radiate through, and her love radiate through, that she was really touching to others, helpful, caring to others. She walked with such confidence, and she moved with such a flow. I used to be like, I was a super shy child, and I would say I would call it a lot, and I would love to be, in her protection all the time. and so, and she saw that. So she's like, you know, became even more protective. But she always used to, try to make me be tougher. I would say not to be timid, me that stand on your own, you can do this, be a leader. She wanted me to be a leader, to not be timid, to not be shy, to not be scared, to not be afraid. She would always try her best to break out that shyness and that timidness, and that's from me. And I've learned so much from her, the way she moved, the way she walked. When she walked the street, she's coming. Everybody knows, she's there. Her presence is like so welcoming. Her energy, my God, her energy was so, she was operating in such a high level of energy, but she had her struggles too. She had her struggles. She was doing it all. In my eyes, she was doing it all. She was really conquering, and she growing up, very poor. She never made me feel like we were poor. She never made us feel like we were poor. She provided, and she did everything she can to provide, and everything to make me feel so special and so valued and so wanted and so you know important. Like, you are. And she would say, princess, you can do it. She would push me. She would really push me. There were sometimes I would be so tired. um there were times I would be like, she would get me involved in so many different things. The thing is, because of how fragile I was as a child and how timid I was as a, she had to homeschool me because I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to be away from her. So she had to homeschool me. And the thing is, back then, parents could stay outside of the classrooms and look on at the children inside the classrooms. The classrooms were more like a bit more open, so you could stay from the outside and look inside. And so I would always look, you know, and I could not go to school without her. And so she had to be there. Never understood why I was that way, but she made sure to make me understand that you are a leader, and you have strong, because letting me know that people out there, they, it's not good. There is not much mommy loves you. Mom is gonna protect you as much as she can. Mom is going to be the best that she can for you, but you have to stand on your own. And so her continuous talking to me, she used to be the type of mother that would talk a lot. And she would really love to sit me down and talk to me a lot, and I'm so glad she did that. I'm so glad she was a very open um, mom who would listen, you know and I would ask 1,000 questions about this and about that, and she would answer, all the questions that I would have. No questions was too much for her. She had the patience of, wow. Um, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna have such a patient like this, but she was so patient with me, and I'm thankful that she was, and that was so necessary. When she passed away, I was able, to be that leader, to be ownership of my life, to take ownership of the situations that come at me, because she was letting me know things are gonna come at you left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. As she would say back then, things are gonna come at you left, right, and center, but you gotta be, and you gotta be a leader. And as she would say, over and over me, over and over me. you know, the stone which the builder rejects will become the chief stone of the corner. And as a child, I didn't know that words until I grew older enough to start reading the Bible. And I saw it in the Bible, and it become more and more real to me as I got older and older and understood life experiences and go through many hells, you know, get me through. That is why mothers are so important and um so very necessary. The impact that you have on your children is everlasting. It lasts on until. So don't be wary. You are doing a tremendous great job, and you are appreciated every which way. You are appreciated. Your time with your children matters. you know and even if I lost my mom at a young age, because she put so much love, she inputs so much love, so much care, so much kindness and protection, and she listen and she pay attention to what her child needs and where her child is going and what her child desires, the things that interest her child, and she puts so much effort into making that, you know to beautifying the inside and out of her child, and her children. Because she did that, she did her work. She did her work. And you, as a mom, you are doing your work. And you have to understand that it's going to pay off. Your children are going to be very much appreciative of you, of all what you are doing. So just don't give up. I imagine how tough it is to be a mom. And looking back, I realized I was a lot. I was a lot of burden on my mom, but she never let me feel like a burden. She never once made me feel like a problem. She made me feel like I'm a solution. She made me feel like I am so happy you're here. Um, so she appreciated my presence in her life. My presence in her life brought her joy. She appreciated the fact that she birthed me into this world. And children, you have to appreciate your mom and your dad, and parents, you have to appreciate your children. They are a blessing to you, blessing to each other. There are many people who don't get the opportunity to recreate that blessing. And sometimes, I wish I could have recreated that blessing, and bring forth of my own, but, God has, better and other plans, and all is well, in everything. Everything don't have to work out the way that you want it to. And so, but you have to appreciate the blessing of your children, and children, you have to appreciate the blessing of your mom and your dad. You got to, because they are the only thing in this world that's gonna love you from eternity to eternity and beyond. From eternity to eternity and beyond. My on from me, I keep her alive, in me, you know, and she guides me, throughout. And sometimes I will be like, wow, you know, overprotective moms, children, you have to appreciate and be thankful for overprotective moms. When you get older, for those who are younger and who have over to be appreciative of that. I was, as a child, I was very appreciative of my mom being so overly protective. And as they would say, helicopter moms. Yeah, she was the ultimate helicopter mom, and for a reason, because she saw beyond that it was necessary that she be there, you know, all the time, and she be the teacher, she be everything. She be the mom. She be the best friend. She was everything, because if for some of your children it's necessary that you have to be more overprotective over some than others. Some can immediately go forth on their own, and others need a little more, you know along the way. So it is all well and good on yourself for the for what you're doing, and don't feel like you is not doing a good job. You are doing an amazing job. You are doing an amazing job. Yes, you are. You are doing an amazing job, moms. So keep on and keep at it. Your time, if your kids, whether it's for a short period of time or on this time on this earth, it's timeless. It's timeless. Remember that time with your children is timeless. So take on that. For those of us who don't have our moms with us, who've lost our moms very young, I want you all to take on that, and continue those memories, build those, and accept and appreciate each other, you know, in whichever way you have to accept and appreciate each other. So necessary, so needed, the best comfort you can get is from your mom. The best comfort, the best support you can get, is from your mom. So comfort in that, take appreciation in that, and do everything you can to love on your mom, to do everything for her, your grandma, your mom, appreciate them in every which way, because such love don't come easy. Not everyone has such a privilege, to have loving care and overly protective moms. Not everyone has that privilege. Don't be annoyed, don't be aggravated or irritated, because when they're gone. You cannot memories, you cannot, the memories that you have, it's just all you have, and you cannot create any more memories. And I am so glad I was not an so glad I was not a child that wasn't there for my mom. I'm so glad I wasn't um, a child who was such a knucklehead or a troublehead. I was a well behaved child, very obedient and very loving to my mom. And she needed that. I did not realize it as a child how much she needed that, how much she needed of the hands, how much she needed, that hug, that embrace, how much she needed those kisses, how much she needed those eyes staring at her, smiling, you know, they need that, and so I am a thank be having I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets at all of disrespect or disobedient to her in any which way. I was like, so adoring of her. And I think for her, I believe I was, for the moment that I was on this earth, the moment that she was on this earth, it was not just for me, it was also for her. You know, my existence mattered, to her healing. She smiled more, she was happy more, and perhaps that's why she always wanted me around her at all times. because it was necessary for her peace. Sometimes, God give you children, certain children that are so like tender and caring. And a lot of moms are so thankful, to have that. And I'm so thankful that I was there. Was hurting. She was going through hells and high waters, going through so much abuse, going through so much rejection from her very own mom, from her very own siblings, from her very own family, so much rejection. She was going through, and she was going through it a lot, so much abuse. And she was really a fighter. She was not staying there to be a fighting it, and really fighting it, fighting whatever comes away, fighting all the rejection, fighting the abuse, fighting, all the things that she tried to do. She tried to become, and so much denial. She was denied of so many things, and she had so much potential. But when you grow up in such a small-minded, place, and grew up so, and she really fight to really try to make it. And she had her own struggles. She had her inner struggles as well, and she was doing the best she can, always praying, always singing, you know always trying her best to overcome. And you never know what help you are to your parents, to your mom as a child. You just never know. So just be so kind, understand, see them as a person. They're not just your mom. They are a person, a human being with emotions, and who goes through valleys and goes through hoping to reach that mountaintop. And you can help your mom, reach that mountaintop, because your mom has helped you in many ways for you to climb that ladder of success. She has a lot. She has gone through it all. There are things she just cannot say to you. She cannot tell you, of her pains, and not everything she can lay out before you, but you got to see her. It is time for you to see her. See your mom. It's just time for you to see her before it's too late. See her, find her, reach out to her. Don't do the shallow. No, don't do the basic. See her. She may need therapy. She may need tender love. She has probably been that person who is strong and, standing on a solid ground and running and constantly in motion. But she needs rest. She needs kindness. She needs healing. It's not just about Happy Mother's Day. Go beyond that. Go really beyond that and be present, and be kind. Reach out to her. Reach out to your grandma. Listen. Sit down at her feet. Humble yourself. You don't have to be a little child for you to sit at the or sit at the feet of your grandma and just listen. Just just allow them to speak. Just allow them to talk to you. Let them feel like they can talk to you. Now that you've become an adult, not that you've figured out your way, just stop for a moment and listen. you know just stop for a moment and listen. It goes beyond the gifts. It goes taking them to a spa treatment. It goes beyond sending them on a cruise. It goes beyond, giving them the the best gift, giving them a brand new car, a brand new home. All this you should do, but you should also be present. you know Sometimes persons forget their moms, and they just send gifts, and they just send things, and they just send persons to help their grandma. It's time to go back to time. You take care of your grandma. Take care of your grandparents, take care of your grandpa. Be present, even if there is someone who is caring for them. you know take Give that person a week off and just sit and listen. Sit and talk with them, laugh. you know Present. Be present, because when they're gone, you cannot take that back. You cannot create those memories and those moments. Be present and understand, hear them out, feel their pain, know where they're coming from, know why they did this or why they did that. Don't always question them to the point of backing them up against. Sometimes we feel like our moms would fail us in certain ways. She loved and she cared for, but you just feel like she could have done more. She did the best she could. She did the best she could. And be appreciative of your mom. Be appreciative of your grandma. Just be appreciative. And for those who don't want to let go of certain things, and finding it so hard to let go because y- of a disagreement or a certain way of living, that you may have certain way of living that your mom does not approve, or your grandma does not approve, and you really hold that. Like, just think of it. Think of holding someone, holding them against something because of a life that you choose. And even if they don't approve, doesn't mean that they don't love you. They may not come out in the right way to say it, but you can find the love in there. And there are those who just bluntly cruel. There are those who are not really good moms, and who are not kind and caring and to their children. Um, but I'm not speaking on those. I'm speaking on those who are truly kind and caring to their children. And so I am speaking also to the children who had the opportunity, who had the privilege, like I did, to have loving, caring, protective, supportive, mom. And just listen, just be present, just be there. Had I not been present, had I not been there for my mom, I don't know how she would have been able to pull through, you know. So it's so necessary that you be present and you be there. You are part of the healing for each other. And a therapist is necessary. You have to go through a therapist. You have to go through a different healing process. You have to go through a different detox. And you have to go through your mental detox. You have to go through your physical detox together. And it is so refreshing if you can do this together with your mom. Go through your healing stages together. That is the most beautiful thing. If you can have moments together, moments of refreshing together, if you can have moments where you really come together, holding each other's hands, looking each other into each other's eyes, and really telling each other how much you love and appreciate each other. If you can achieve that, hats off to you. Try as best to achieve that. Try as best to get that close to each other. Get that close to your children. Get that close to your mom. Try as best, and even your dad as well. Try as close to get that close, to get that close. You know, to your mom, to everything you can to get that close, to get that deep. To get that deep and that close with your mom and your children. It is necessary for your healing. It is so necessary for your eternal joy. that day comes by when they pass away, they gone to the up to power, you would have so much joy. You will not be shedding tears of regret or shedding tears of sorrow and pain, shedding joy and say thank you and be have a heart of gratitude and thankful and humble and appreciative that you took the time out to listen, that you took the time out to be kind, that you took the time out to be present, for your mom. And your mom took the time out to be present, to be kind, to listen to you. It is so necessary. So, happy Mother's Day on this beautiful, lovely Monday morning. I'm so glad you guys have tuned in to listen on this episode that I have dedicated to my mom, the Queen, who has passed away years ago. It's my mom and a blessing to you as well. Okay? Go on. Love on each other. Love on each other. Yes. Bestie to each other, and listen, be kind, be present, and be supportive. Okay? Okay? Thank you for listening to this episode of Naked Words. Yes.